Now let's get it started. Let's get it started.
Play ball!
There's a saying now, people say that he who the gods want to kill, they first make mad. And if you look at the headlines this morning online, you are going to see Amorim blatantly showing us his folly by saying that not even the Pope can convince him to make a change of his tactics.
Yes, I saw it.
I think that is actually arrogant and uncalled for, because you do not rubbish the name or the image of the Pope in any country. There's no need bringing him into that conversation.
It's just telling that even the powers that
no, excuse me, it's not
even
even
the powers
it's not
that
about who even the powers that be. Leave the man out of it. You can use another analogy you want to use, or do whatever you want to do with it, because one way or another, Amorim is slowly putting himself at odds with everybody who is in his corner. He's putting himself at odds with with Jim Ratcliffe when he was asked about the conversation going on in the club that he has 3 games to turn his fate around or he will lose the job. He was saying that he doesn't know about that he was called to be given a new contract.
Yeah, he was sarcastic
that's sarcastic, and that's also controversial. Because it
you
means
know
you
they talk about the meeting. No, you don't.
Because it means you can speak about upper management in a light tone, in a manner that demeans their authority, and you are getting away scot-free. Everybody has a certain depth of social capital you have with people. You have a length of social capital with your boss. You have a length of social capital with your colleagues. You have a length of social capital with the people you do business with. When you are at 99.9%, then they tell you, you go wake up, come office like normal matter. Your letter at the gates. You get it? So he shouldn't push his luck. You do your talking on the pitch. How are you the manager of Manchester United for the better part of 39 games and you don't have up to 20% win rate? Is a disaster. And for you to have the potty mouth to come on social media, to come in the press and say rubbish when you should be focused on turning your faith around, turning the team around. If you go into that dressing room and you do a poll, 21% of them don't believe in the 21% still believe in the man. That tells you he's lost his dressing room.
Okay, no.
So coming into this derby, if he wants to do the talking, he should do it on the pitch. QED.
Okay, well, if you look at the press conference, a whole lot of things about that press conference.
Do you know the office or the authority of the Pope? It's like the number 1 person on the earth, like the number 1, and it's telling that if the number 1 person on the number 1 ruler of the how they talk and now, if the number 1 person with the most power cannot force me. It's clear cut. What I know is what I know. You can't come and force me to change my opinion about this. And football is a game of opinions. You get? The Pope has a way of handling the world, has a way of handling the church, has a way of handling the people. The political people on the board of Manchester have a way. And you ask him a clear cut question on in the press conference, and he tells you, I was called to be given a new contract. You did the meeting with him? No. Now he can be sarcastic about his answers, he can be playful about the answers. But again, you should understand that this is a job that has most of the pressure. In the world of football, the Manchester United job is the one with the most pressure. Take it or leave it. Now this man just came in.
I agree with you on that.
Into a team that was in decline. Let's be honest about it. Into a team that has been in decline for the past 6 years. And you want him to just come and change engine. Only him, single-handedly, change engine, change the car, do body work, do everything. Make the car start to work like brand new. Immediately after. No, wait, let me finish. As in, you want make you give you just like say carry on the parked for the past 75 years. When the engine don't rot, you want make it come only him. Do everything. Make the car start to work like brand new. How now? How? Everybody's
talking.
talking.
Have a backroom staff.
Now, see, because at the end of the day, you say it doesn't have a backroom. That's what everybody says. At the end of the day, now the coach they go still blame.
Yes.
Man United is not playing in the Champions League. Man United is not playing in the Champions League, and yet in every Champions League game, Man United was mentioned.
They're a big team.
And Man United know the Champions League. They dey house. They don't even there for European competition. But in every game that was played within the week in the Champions League, in every game, Man United was heavily mentioned, especially the Barcelona, Benfica, and the other game.
I don't think that's a bad thing.
Man United was heavily mentioned. Bayern Munich game was mentioned heavily.
I don't think it's a bad thing.
Bayern Munich was winning against Chelsea. Man United was mentioned heavily. Barcelona was playing against Newcastle. Man United was mentioned heavily in every game. And this is if now other thing that last season Liverpool was playing well. When Ancelotti changed his whole team and Liverpool were misbehaving. So I say Ancelotti Klopp. It was okay. Liverpool was challenging for trophy, automatically was struggling for fourth position when they changed the whole midfield setup. It was okay for Liverpool, everybody, no pressure. They qualify for top 4. So Man United is a job that has the most pressure, and the man is telling you he will take his time to rebuild. If you want the rebuild to continue, you leave him there. If you want the rebuild to halt and you want to start another rebuild, you want to buy another land and start sack him and bring another coach. Let's see how it goes. They've brought in the best managers in the world so far to handle the Man United job. The best.
The only place me and you agree on when you say that Manchester United job is the most precious job is because apart from being the most precious job, is the most opinionated job in the market. I'll give you a clear-cut example. I'm not done. I'll give you a clear-cut example. You had a manager that was doing well at Manchester United, winning trophies at Manchester United, but the people didn't like his attitude, and one way or another they walked him out of the club. Talking about Jose Mourinho. Now you have a manager that is doing poorly on the pitch, not doing anything in 31 defeats in 39 games, and is doing fine in the press according to you now.
He's not doing fine in the press.
He's doing fine in the press according to you now.
See, according to me,
everybody is asking him to be sacked. There's no Manchester United fan out there that doesn't want this man out of the club as of now.
Nobody is doing well in the press. The only person that is doing well in the press is Unai Emery. Unai Emery, when he was at Arsenal and Aston Villa, he's doing well in the press. Eddie Howe is doing well in the press. Southgate, he do well for press because he comes up with a little bit all these cheeky jokes. The press are happy even when England is not winning. In the finals, you see Southgate come up with jokes. He's doing well. He knows how to handle the pressure. At
Amorim is doing well in the press according to you.
At Amorim now, he's telling you. Amorim is speaking his truth in the press. And that calls for more backfire.
At the end of the day, you can make up what you want to make up with those press conference. Part of the thing he said in that press conference again that he will change, but he doesn't know when. If it's possible for him to change, he's still going to change. But for now, he's not going to change. But he might change. He might change later.
He should change after he gets his letter.
Depending about how you want to see. But he has a game against Chelsea. At the end of the day,
let's be honest. The thing about change is when you come to the dressing room, you come to the training ground. Your style is your style, and the players are not meeting up to your standard. While playing your style in the training ground, you're not forced to change there. It is when they miss the standard of play, because the standard of play is run, make passes, everything.
Godwin, what we are seeing with Ruben Amorim is a clear-cut case study of one-time success, and he gives you that unnecessary impudence. One-time success. Name me another club apart from Lisbon where he's won anything with and coached anything with.
Braga.
With
Braga. He was struggling.
Lisbon.
They were struggling.
Yes.
Before he took over,
and he didn't win anything there.
He brought them to the because he was signed out of his contract before he could get his hand on the trophy.
Braga, yes. And then Lisbon
turned the team around totally.
That's one. Even the Antonio Conte that has won whatever he has won is adaptable to read the room. That's why they said, apart from having the hard skills, soft skills, there are people that have lost their job in life over failure to implement soft skills. Soft skills. The way you carry yourself, the way you address situations, the way you answer people. Soft skills is all that can cost you a job anywhere in the world. Even Conte can adapt to the most important thing, you don't have any success outside of Lisbon and you are resistant to change, to adapt. It means you have a blind spot that everybody knows you have a blind spot, because clearly everybody can see that you have a blind spot.
Well, if you look at other coaches, some coaches that play 4 at the back at Manchester United, you know what? You play 3 at the back, you know. So we have to find out.
Wait to mention never play for Manchester United.
We have to find out what
4-2-3-1.
We have to find out
4-3-3, 4-5-1, 3-5-2, 3-5-1, 3-5-6-1. All of them no work.
The thing about Manchester United, we have to find a solution for them, because they are play 4 at the back, it didn't work. Play 3 at the back now.
Under
Amorim, it didn't work. But if they hired, the thing about Manchester, when they hired Amorim, they knew his style. So when they hired him, they knew that's what he's going to play. Probably if they are insisting, if the board agrees that that's the way forward, then they will see what happens. I think
after 39 games, we shouldn't be having this conversation. We should see if that formation work.
After this season, we will see if he's going to continue with Manchester United. But he said that it's not going to change.